Woodcoz as in Zulu, A-D. I have been a lawyer and a lobbyist in my career, and for 20 years or so I represented a CAFO up in northeast Missouri, and handled their legal work and their government relations work, and that was, I think, the largest dairy in the state at the time. And so that's why I was so shocked when I got a call from my friend Nick Powell back here asking to help out with this matter, when he told me that they were planning a CAFO on only 400 acres of ground with several thousand head of steers, and in Johnson County near Lone Jack. I didn't imagine that such a thing would ever happen. I was very shocked by this because, you know, the CAFO I was involved with, we owned 17,000 acres of ground. We had a plan for spreading manure that involved 8,000 acres of that. We bought the only 3 houses anywhere near us. And if we built a community for the alcoholic addicted and drug addicted people who worked in our facility. That's why we really had it. And when we built those houses for those folks, we built the biggest town in the area. And we built it 10 miles from our CAFO. And so I was just shocked at the idea that this was going to happen. If you flew a helicopter over our place and all around the area, you'd hardly see any rooftops where we had that CAFO. You wouldn't see any wide concrete drives in parking lots indicating the existence of small businesses in the area. There just were none. And so around here, you see, if you flew a chopper out over the area, you'd see nothing but rooftops, parking lots, small businesses all around it. And so I look at this, I say, what is this doing here? And the answer is that someone in any industry, and I'm a lawyer and a lobbyist, and you know, they tell me you can't get much lower than that. Well, there's somebody, as I well know in those two businesses, there's always someone who wants to overreach. There's always someone who wants to go farther than anybody's ever gone before in order to pursue his own best interests and nothing else. And that's the case that's in front of you now. The guy who wants to go too far and wants you to set a precedent that would make it very difficult when the next person wants to go even farther. At some point, I represented a CAFO. I wasn't ashamed of that. I was perfectly proud of it. It was a great operation. At some point, however, if you do this and you damage or injure or close Powell Gardens, an icon in this area, devalue all this property around here, at some point people say, why do we have CAFOs at all? And you get a different regime than the one we have now in this state.
That's 3 minutes.
Okay. There's always the question of how much discretion do you have? When you exercise that discretion, when do you do it? In a case like this, I ask you to say no to this permit.
Thank you.